The opinions you're about to hear are solely the opinions of your Ham Right podcast. Our intent is to inform and entertain, not to offend. So sit back, relax, and we finna get to this business, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be listening to us in the world. It's your Ham Right podcast with your boy C-Ham, aka Cal L, and as always, with my brother by my side.
That boy D-Ham, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, man, everything is everything, man. Glad to be back in the lab with you, man. As always, blow off some steam from the week, man. How about you?
Oh, man, same old soup, just reheated, celebrating these two resurrections this week, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And the old ham. They done brought the old ham back. Real nigga resurrection. You know what I'm talking about?
They done brought the old ham back. Welcome back then, old ham. Welcome back, man.
At least you Silverback Gorilla, stand on business, stand on next. You know what I'm talking about? Level up around here.
There you go. As always, man. But, hey, so check it out, man. We got a lot going on in the news this week, man. So I'm finna jump right into some national news. How you feel about that?
Go ahead, bro. Let's go ahead and knock it out.
So we brought y'all this on a previous episode about the turkey leg hut and all the hate that's surrounding that, man. Well, Lindell Price, former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut, located in Houston's 3rd Ward, was finally arrested and indicted in connection with arson of bar 5015 by his former business partner, man.
So, Turkey Hut blew up. They started out as a, food truck,
right?
Expanded to brick and mortar.
Mm-hmm.
One turned into two, various locations. They also expanded to something like they extended the Turkey Hut and / Daiquiri bar.
Daiquiri Hut, yep.
Daiquiri Hut,
yep,
is what they called it.
The menu would look delicious, dog.
Oh, man.
The menu
business was
delicious.
Booming. They always had, when they had the food truck, business around the corner. But hey, bills started getting unpaid. Staff started getting hunched on.
Yeah, that's what we brought them last on the last one.
The wife said she was a victim of domestic, violence and whatnot, filed for divorce, saying, hey, he's embezzling money. My husband's shady, shiesty, he's abusive. They got divorced. Come to find out, they declared, financial ruin and bankruptcy.
Wow.
They are closed indefinitely. They've been divorced. And now this comes about.
Wow. Now, along with him being indicted, 2 other men have faced charges with him, man. If found guilty, they can face up to 25 years, dog.
Somebody watching too many mob movies. But that turkey leg game serious, boy. I'm talking about, boy, that thing like the dope game, boy.
Man,
cats want their corners. Cats want that clientele.
And we talk about this all the time, man. Crabs in the barrel, dog. You can't be happy with what you got and what you're moving on. Stop hating on the next person.
Stop being greedy. It was enough to go around for everybody.
Yeah, man.
Everybody could have waited. They beat times 5, times 10.
So instead of turkey leg hut, we're gonna call it a jive turkey hut. Just out there tearing stuff up, man.
That messed up a good thing. The way people like them turkey legs, I don't eat them because I don't really eat dark meat like that, but boy, people love them turkey legs.
Well, we're going to pull up on one of these corners and put y'all on to some
of them. I smoke.
Just
because I don't eat it.
I'm finna say, dog.
I ain't say that, though.
Ah, man. All right, man. So here, shame on them. But anyway, moving on to Ice Cube has finally secured a deal with Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema to come out with a new episode or a new part in the movie Friday, and it's gonna be called Last Friday, dog, man. It's been over 20 years since the last one came out. Was it like 2002 or something like that when it came? Yeah, something like 2002 transition. But fans have been eagerly waiting. Now, as we was talking about hating and being happy about what they gonna have, Angela Means, y'all know her, y'all see it here, as Felicia, says she won't be a part of it, dog.
No,
she wants to do a Netflix special with just her, man.
Yeah, she wants an individual spinoff about her character, where I guess her and Debo had kids, and they're involved in sports, and it tells the trials and tribulations of their life. Here's the thing: she sold it out talking about so many people have passed. It's not gonna be the same movie. so she sees no sense of it being a last Friday, but in the same breath saying how she should have her own show based off her character. And even though Debo's dead, it involves her and their kids.
Yeah,
together.
they're 10 kids or something, she was saying.
8 to 10.
Yeah, something like that. 8 to 10. Well, to
Bye,
that,
Felicia.
there you go. That's what I'm going to say. Bye, Felicia. You don't want to be a part of it. This is going to be history in the making.
But you know, her son, Brad Kaya, he played quarterback for Miami Hurricanes, and he was drafted like 6th round by the Detroit Lions, you know, the Lions. So she kind of, it's like a arm of her life because she had, you know, a professional athlete.
Yeah.
So, but she sounded crazy. You don't want to be in the last Friday, the franchise, but you want your own separate franchise.
And you ain't been in nothing since.
And people only know you pretty much from that. And one time I saw you on BT Comic View.
Yeah, on Comic View. That was before she hit Friday, wasn't it? Yeah.
But everybody know her as being Felicia. So
yeah. So
bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia, to that
Speaking of bye.
Oh, man.
Boy, them snow bunnies done did it again. Here, rabbit season, boy. They done snatched up they done got Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, man. Shannon Sharpe, dog. So, again, unless you've been living on a rock, Shannon Sharpe is under fire, facing a $50 million lawsuit, civil lawsuit for sexual assault and emotional distress, along with battery. So we talked about it before we go on to these other points. We kind of talked about it a little bit last week when we was talking about Ike and Blair Underwood
and Tyler Perry movie,
right? And how it's hard to come back from emotional distress and everything like that. So seems like Unc is now allegedly guilty of it. The woman we would call Jane Doe alleged Shannon Sharpe intentionally inflicted emotional distress and assaulted her twice, one in October of last year and another in January of 2025. She also alleged that he threatened to kill her on an occasion, dog.
What you got to say?
Here we go again. That's what I got to say. Here we go again. Now, you're not gonna get any victim blaming from me. That's not gonna happen. Especially, you know, my brother tell you I got a cape just ready to put on.
Oh Lord, I can't believe you said that. But it is true.
But yeah, you know, so I wait for it. I put my cape on and swoop in. Girl, you ain't got to put up with that. So nah, that was just an example of me flying in and saying that's
swooping down.
Yeah, no. Yeah, swooping down. That ain't got nothing to do with this situation here. But Unc, I mean, here goes another one, dog. Here goes another one. He on the cusp of a big deal.
$100 million.
$100 million deal.
For Club Shay Shay, working for ESPN.
And now ESPN well, they said he stepped down, but other accounts said they suspended him also. Yeah, so he stepped down under the form of it being suspended or whatever. And now Club Shay Shay is gonna be on the because who gonna sign on to that if he gets found anywhere near guilty?
I sent you the audio. She recorded him.
Yes.
He told me I'm gonna choke it out of you.
Yes.
And here's the thing: why are you even messing with somebody like that? They try to learn from that boy Jonathan. I mean, the list go on and on. You ain't learned. Why you ain't got them signing NDAs? Why are you even messing with somebody like that?
Yeah, why are you messing with them, man?
And then they said he was going to pay her $10 million to hush up because he didn't want all this to come out. Why she gonna take $10 million when
she could take half of your show?
You about to get $100 million. Why she gonna shortchange herself for? Why is you see? Had you not messed with her, you wouldn't even be putting yourself in this position.
See, Cat Williams and Monique kind of warned him about that job.
They did, but they didn't have to.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had to.
Look what Jonathan Majors went through.
Yeah.
Look what your prior. Look what the list go on and on.
Yeah,
I'm trying my best not to say because man, it's crazy how the blueprint was set.
Yeah,
and then people saying, oh, they think he might be playing for the other team. But with that being said, look what you messing with. You had no business. She was an average chick. Why she got OnlyFans? I don't know.
And not to mention, though, she was barely 20, dog.
And
you
and it's like it's two of them that came out now.
Ooh.
So for somebody who sits there and he interviews people and ask them questions to reveal their skeletons in their closet or the controversy going on in their life, for him to have these kind of skeletons in his closet ain't a good look.
Not at all.
Number one. Number two, you on the phone. Man, the Michigan State head coach lost $100 million contract because he was allegedly doing this and saying this on the phone, but this was mutual phone conversation.
Right.
If I can get in trouble by over the phone, and you around here talking about you gonna choke her,
man, and it's clear.
I'm gonna choke the shit out of you.
What she said? She said, "I don't want to be choked." He said, "Yes, you do."
But it's a witch hunt though, because at the same time, if it was sexual assault like she claiming, why you continue to mess with her? It's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "How am I being manipulative? And I can't believe you think this of me." But you're recording the same conversation you're saying this. You're recording the phone conversation.
Yeah, and he got text messages from her.
Oh, of course, he got receipts.
Yeah,
it's a witch hunt, and they out to get Unc. But at the same time, Unc put himself in that position.
They gonna get him, dog.
Oh, he got.
Yeah,
he got. Once he told that white girl, "I'm gonna choke the shit out of you."
Oof. Game over.
Dun dun dun.
Game over. Oh man, I hope he come out on the good side.
I hope so too. But
I hope he did not, sexually assault her. Let's put that out there. That's just me. I hope that he did not do it. Whatever. And I hope it all comes out that this is
y'all better
not
leave
true.
him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. And again, before we move on, man. Again, she was like 20 something, dog. He's older than we are. He's older than we are. What do you have in common with a 20-year-old?
Man, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah. Not only that, it's tax bracket with me. Why is if you don't mess with people who don't have the same amount or more,
to lose
as you.
There you go. Yep. And in the words of our man Jimmy Early, you can fake your way to the top. But it's real when you're coming down, man. So I hope everybody comes out well in that, man. But
speaking of real,
man. Well, let's start out with some good news. We're gonna go into some sport news here and talk about the NFL draft. That's what the news we was talking about. I want to start out with your boy Cam Ward, man. Congratulations to Cam Ward.
Where he from?
Never won overall. He's from the U.
Oh, okay.
He's from the U. I have no problem with saying that, man. And also, congratulations to Travis Hunter, man. It's gonna be amazing to see what he do. Matter of fact, in your fantasy leagues that you have to pick a defensive player, just think if you pick him and he's an offensive and defensive player, y'all, I do a TED talk on them. We'll call it a ham talk on that fantasy league stuff. So on a sadder note, Derek Harmon, he was 21st pick of the Steelers. He was drafted and his mom was in a hospital. He made it to the hospital just in time to tell his mom that he had been drafted right before she died, man. That was a sad thing. So our hearts go out to you, Derek Harmon, and congratulations, man. But what everybody has been talking about, Shedeur Sanders, man. Shedeur Sanders, initially projected to go in the top 10, got dropped and drafted in the 5th round, dog. Crazy.
He got Colin Kaepernick before he even got in the league. All based off what?
Must be the Dion.
It gotta be. Because, his stats speak for himself. Him and Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick, the game is the same.
Yeah, but let's talk about this for a minute, man. Why is it? A lot of people are thinking that Dion is overly involved or anything like that, man. But this is a father who's been in the league. It'd be one thing if he wasn't in the league and doesn't know the ins and outs. Wouldn't it be? It would be. I think it would be wrong for him not to lead his son.
Boy, I'm gonna say this and end mine with it because we always say on here, it's different rules and regulations for different people.
Yeah.
Dion didn't do nothing no different than Archie Manning didn't do for Eli. When Eli came out and was supposed to be the number one pick to San Diego, but didn't want to go to San Diego and was like, hey, we're not going to San Diego. So they traded to New York, and New York and they was like, okay, we'll play in New York. So Eli didn't drop from the first round to the fifth round, but because Deion, who knows the game in and out, obviously, not only as a player, but as a great coach, he knows the X's and O's. Because he's involved in it, it's a situation. That's because, again, certain people have a certain problem with a certain type of people speaking their mind, following their own drum beat, and not following what they think is proper protocol.
Right.
At the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders, nor Shiloh, or any of Deion kids for that matter, have been in trouble with the law like that.
Not once. You haven't heard of anything.
You haven't heard anything negative about them, nothing bad about their character. Okay, their interviews. You know, it was talk about, oh, he need to be humble. They didn't like his interviews and stuff with like that. His daddy nickname is Prime Time.
And what reason would he have to kiss the ring anyway?
I mean, his character speaks for himself.
Right.
His number speaks for itself. They don't want to deal with Deion. And why? Because, you know what's crazy? Black men get the bad mantra and the bad, publicity of, oh, they're not good fathers. They make babies.
And disappear. Yeah.
All races have fathers like that make babies and disappear. Black men are some of the best fathers there are.
Yeah.
Whether they're in the house or out the house. So miss me with that, number one. Number two, since when is it a crime to be there for your kid?
Right.
They talk bad about Richard Williams, Venus and Serena daddy. They talk bad about
that Ball.
The LeVar Ball.
Yep.
His kid's successful.
Yeah.
Venus Serena successful.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods daddy. What his name was? Charlie
Earl.
Yeah. Earl. With his Korean wife.
Yeah, and they did. You're right. They did.
It's funny they always find something to say. But yeah, when Arch Manning did it, oh, he knows football. He's looking out for his son. That's
a good business decision.
Eton Thomas had a great post. It's funny how the Fab Five, they're too flashy and flamboyant. Angel Reese, she's too cocky and confident. Shedeur Sanders, he need to be humble. It's funny how when it's a certain demographic, we need this type of way, or we should be this and that. But other people do it. Oh, they have, they're aggressive about their sport,
Swagger.
Yeah. And, they're confident. Man, it's crazy. But the fact that boy dropped based off whatever, but it makes no sense because he's a winner. And it's in his bloodline.
Speaking of being a winner, first team all Big 12, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. And that's not even all of them, but he even had his jersey retired, along with him and Travis Hunter. He's the first player
ever to have his jersey retired and not be drafted in the first 5 rounds.
Right.
But I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to say some other real shit.
What you going to say?
And I don't care how y'all take it, because it's the truth. Y'all talking about DEI and boycotting Target and boycotting a whole lot of people. Shit, if you want to boycott something that deserve boycott the NFL. But we ain't going to do that, though. Because the way they done did Kaepernick, the way they done Kaepernick this boy right here.
Yeah, they
for
got
doing what? What did that boy do to get? Man, this cat's with pending investigation, sexual allegations, and assaults, and batteries, and fleeing and eluding that got picked before him.
Yeah. And nowhere near half the talent either.
Man, it was quarterbacks. I was like, oh, I know they ain't if they get drafted before him, it's a fix. Guess what happened?
It was a fix.
Y'all better wake up. They playing a dirty game. We could play the same game, if not better. But boy, we got to tighten up and come as one. Because, boy, look here. Y'all see, it's in front of you.
Yeah.
And if you don't see it, boy, you better go get some bifocals or some trifocals. Because, hey, you're blind, baby. You're blind to the fact.
And Deion Sanders say the best, man. And he just did it like 5 words. He said, I already know what's going on.
Oh, boy, let me tell you something.
He already knows
they ruffle some feathers. Deion and his sons, if this ever get to y'all put on the clinic, y'all rewired some parts of my brain, boy, they wasn't studying that shit.
No,
they laughing and grinning.
Yeah.
Dion already know what time it is, and he gonna
Yeah, he said our belief is in God.
the comeback gonna be more vicious than the setback. He gonna be diabolical with it, and they straight.
Yeah.
All of them got money. You know what I'm saying? They successful. They got good characters.
Yeah, man, and that's the best part right there.
Well, let me tell you something about Dion.
Never in question.
Next to Minister Louis Farrakhan and Dion, who you know got a better mouthpiece than them two.
That's it right there, man. That's it. I had Dion stand up and speak anytime.
And they're intimidating. And people got a problem with that. But them boys was good. They laughing and kiki-king, talking about boy 50, Uncle 50, you know what I'm saying, give us a job on Power or one of them shows. Cause boy look like we ain't getting drafted. Dion talking about he already know what it's everybody know what it's about. Know what it is. Everybody. The whole world know what it's about. That don't make it right.
No, exactly. Key point.
But boy, we gonna unite and we gonna do something about it.
Indeed. And shout out to Shiloh, newest member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, man. I know you're gonna do big things out there. I was rooting for you this year. All right, man. So here we go, man. What we got for the question of the week this week, dog?
Well, the question of the week, considering we was talking about, Friday, Neon Dion, Primetime Sanders. Question of the week. Who had the best Jerry curl?
All right, so
it's the Jerry curl.
All right, so you gonna give them the choices, dog?
Well, here's the thing. It's the difference between the Jerry curl and the Duke.
Yeah.
And
Duke,
process.
Duke is different. I had a Duke.
You had a Jerry Levert Duke.
And I let it dry out so it looked like my real hair.
It dried out. It had a little wave.
They just let it dry out and whatever.
Did it curl?
Yeah, it would curl.
Did it curl all the way though?
Yeah, it curled all the way, man.
Oh, okay.
Like
it was activated free though, huh?
It was activated free. Though.
What is it, Dark and Lovely?
No, it was Duke.
The Duke, yeah. Okay. The Jerry Levert Duke.
Yeah.
Was Jerry Levert on the cover? Like
I don't know if he was on the cover, but it was called Duke. I know that.
All right.
Curtis put the first Duke in my head, man.
For real. Shout out to Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis out there making trends, man. But, give them their choices, dog.
All right. Obviously, Panky Milk.
It was Panky.
Panky thing was juicy. It was juicy.
Yeah.
Ice Cube. I mean, we could do his high school yearbook picture. We could do Doughboy.
Yeah, either way it goes, his was juicy too.
Yeah. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
When they talk about did he have the
curl right there in the front. That's what he did.
I think all them Jacksons had a curl, but everybody curl up like Mike. Boy, Mike had that. Everybody had that one big long juicy curl in the front,
and that's even after the Pepsi commercial.
Huh? After Color 5. that activator. Well, that activator. I thought, boy, you could spit that shit out of whoosh. Obviously, look, that nigga shit caught on fire in the goddamn commercial.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, boy, funny joke. Hey, so and when I worked at the hospital in Gainesville, right, it was a lady, Miss, I don't want to say her name.
You almost said it.
Yeah, but she had a juicy Jerry curl. So we was riding there laughing and joking on the elevator, right? And she said something slick. I was like, Miss Donna, I'll set your hair on fire. And I took like a lighter out, and I just I wasn't gonna lie. I just did, you know how you can take the lighter out and just do little sparks? Boy, when I tell you, she was like, oh my God. And then my coworker was like, boy, you crazy. You can't be doing that. Them Jerry curl juice fumes. Boy, I was like, Miss Donna, I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna light
blew everybody up on the elevator.
Boy, I never forget that. I was like, boy, that activator is real. But speaking of that activator, Soul Glow, that boy Jerry.
Let your soul glow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one was juicy.
Also, honorable mention, gotta have my boy from Hollywood Shuffle, Jerry Curl. Lock it, Jerry Curl. Uncle Jerome shit was kind of dry.
Yeah, he was dry, man. It's a lot of people we could put in there. And the 80s was big, man. Big for them Jerry Curls.
Who he got, though?
I'm gonna have to toss up between Panky and Daryl Jenks, Soul Glow. I'm gonna go with Soul Glow, man, because he had his whole. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Soul Glow.
For real,
the best. Jerry curl?
Yeah, because they were leaving stains on the couch, because that thing was dripping.
And it was formed. It was probably
remember when it got wet and that shit got in his eyes, was burning his eyes and shit. That rain was glistening off the
So they're picking it. It was properly formed and everything like that, man.
Oh no, bro.
I'm gonna go with.
See, Cube had that thing. Through high school. Even in Boys in the Hood, Dope Boy had an immaculate Jerry curl.
Look at you. Who you got?
I got Prime Time. Because here's the thing. It's multiple pictures with that thing looking juicy. And then, looking at Must Be the Money video. He got his Jerry curl cut, but he still had the high top Jerry curl.
Yeah. Yeah. And he'll tell you quick back then, it looked wet. But it's dry.
But that thing was silky and milky.
Yeah.
And can you imagine having that Jerry curl with that helmet on? In Florida?
That's why he wore the
headband. The Jerry curl juice. But still.
And then when he went to the pros, he wore the bandana.
I don't know, man. Just Ice Cube. Just when I think of LA and Jerry curls and stuff like that, I think of like Cube's like Jerry curl and the fact Cube had that high top Jerry curl. I'm about to go with Cube, dog.
Yeah, my man. All right. So y'all got the question of the week this week. Who had the best Jerry curl? Matter of fact, we'll just let y'all say who y'all feel the best. We don't let out the ones who had the best we got here. You can hit us up at your Hamright Podcast at gmail.com. That's YAHAMRIGHT podcast at gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook. You can hit us on the gram. You can watch us, listen to us on wherever your favorite podcast can be heard. Apple Music, iTunes,
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Like and subscribe, man. Hit us like and subscribe around this motherfucker.
Exactly. So y'all can be up on all things you ham right as soon as we drop them, man. All right, man. So craziest thing seen on the internet this week.
Oh, man, bruh. So this lady impersonated an ICE agent of her ex-boyfriend wife. Roll it for you.
According to police, the trans battle showed up to Marika Sr.'s job, where she then allegedly unzipped her jacket, flashing a black shirt with the word ICE printed on the front. At that point, Sr. did follow Battle to her car, and while in that car, Battle allegedly spoke into a handheld radio, making Sr. believe she was truly an ICE agent. Battle then took Sr. to an apartment complex, and once they entered that apartment, Sr. ran to the neighbor's apartment, asking to use a phone and call police. And her husband. It was then that her husband told her that the fake ICE agent sounded a lot like his ex-girlfriend, who was Battle. Battle is now facing a number of charges, including impersonating an officer.
This was well thought out. She thought this thing through. She said, I'm finna get your, So when she took her to the apartment, though, they didn't say what she planned on doing. You think she was finna offer?
Yeah. I'm gonna kidnap you and then take you to my apartment or somebody's apartment and release you. Don't think I'm going to jail. She's in her mind, I'm gonna kill her, and then he gonna be single, and I'm back in there.
Wow.
But the fact that she showed up in just a shirt, boy, that's why they're getting pulled over by unmarked cars. That's why she showed up by herself. Now she could have had a pistol or not, and she had the ICE shirt and a fake badge. I mean. But obviously somebody didn't have enough sense, because ICE agent ain't gonna show up just by themselves and then put you in the C-brain.
Yeah.
And put you in the front.
So you get in the back of this Hyundai and let's go.
With no protective barrier, and it's a car seat on the side or whatnot. So I don't know about all. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
but in this administration, man, who knows where ICE gonna pop out of? Man.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
She was for the offer. Here's the thing. You wonder why you the ex. Cause you crazy. And you been showing red flags of that shit. Like you said, it was thought out. It wasn't thought out to a T when she got away with it.
Oh, no.
But it was thought out when she had a fake walkie-talkie and talking into... You know what? Like I said, the light bulb went off when they were like, "Why am I at an apartment? Oh, this bitch gonna kill me."
Let me get up out of here,
Let
man.
me
They show to a neighbor.
Handcuffed or not. Boy, they crazy,
man.
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. All right, so
What
y'all
you think about it, man?
I think it's absolutely crazy, man. Like I said, in this administration, man, stuff like that don't surprise me, man. That you can just think that somebody gonna pop out and be, but like you said, you pop out, you show your shirt and put me in the back of a Sebring and be like, hey, let me take you to an apartment. What?
So I saw the picture of the suspect. I didn't see a picture of the victim.
Nah.
But by her last name, which don't mean nothing, it sounds like she a citizen, American citizen. It doesn't sound foreign or anything. So but it has been cases and instances where
well, she was married, so she married
but
her boy,
it's been instances where people, American citizens, have been locked up by ICE, for the wrong reasons when they shouldn't be. So what do you do when something like that happens? What? Boy, we got problems.
Yeah, they gonna have to win this track meet, dog.
I ain't no track star. I ain't running nowhere. Like, here's the thing. You ain't finna get nothing. Damn, me and mine talking about we illegal. But this bloodline, that's my daddy's name. But this bloodline is in blood on the Constitution, boy. Boy, hey.
So here's my pedigree right here.
Up, boy, look here. And boy, I dare you to try to uphand up anybody. Ice, baby. You're like, what? Let's kick it. Doom, doom, doom.
Placker.
Boy, look here. And I die for this shit. But
man.
And then you show up solo on the dolo?
Yeah. She should have done something, dog. She should have done something.
The red flags was there.
Yeah. She just didn't recognize him until she got to the apartment.
No, I'm talking about you wonder why you the ex? Because you crazy.
Yeah.
But
like, matter of fact, he called it out too. He said, "I think that sounds like my
bro." What you say? Give him the don't.
Oh,
just give him.
I can't.
Just give him the. Don't give him the.
Everybody can't get that. Some people got to get the.
Yeah. They can't get this. They got to get this.
Matter of fact, y'all messages and I am y'all. Let y'all know exactly what that is. But anyway, man. So what you got for the people, man? Close this out, dog.
Man. This is what I got for the people. As always, we appreciate y'all taking time out week in and week out to listen to us and take time out your busy week to, spend some time with us and hear us, spit
vent
that
and
shit.
let it out.
Let it out and drop some knowledge on you and get in your ear holes. But we 19 countries in.
It is.
We worldwide around this bitch. Appreciate y'all all throughout the world. Appreciate everybody from the SRQ, from Soda, holding us down. We trying to, put the city on the map, and as it's been on the map, but we trying to hold it down and represent for the city.
Absolutely.
Leave y'all with this tidbit for the week. Everybody ain't built like you, and everybody ain't built like you. As always, stay grinding, stay shining, stay hungry, stay humble, stay blessed. We're gonna get up.
Indeed. And in the words of my man Stevie Wonder, hate knows that love is the cure. So y'all stop hating and get to loving out there. We out. Man.
Hey.
Love you, boy.
Love you, boy.